Are you excited about what we are going to tackle today in this video? And today, we are going to talk about the factors that influence sexual attraction. There are different types of attraction, but today, we are only discussing sexual attraction. So, what is sexual attraction? Sexual attraction is the attraction that makes people desire sexual contact or show sexual interest in another person.
Sexual attraction is attraction on the basis of sexual desire or the quality of arousing such interest. Sexual attractiveness or sex appeal is an individual's ability to attract other people sexually and is a factor in sexual selection or mate choice.
What do men and women find attractive? The inner qualities and the characteristics of individual or the physical appearance of the individual?
When we say attraction, it may refer to a person's aesthetics or movements or to their voice or smell, among other things. This may be enhanced by a person's adornments, clothing, perfume, or style. It can be influenced by individual genetic, psychological, or cultural factors, or to other. What do men find attractive in women?
In today's generation, men prefer a woman who can understand and support them, especially of having the characteristics of being kind, honest, loving, caring, simple, and respectful.
What do women find most attractive in men?
Men are attractive of being respectful and helpful with passion and ambition, especially having the characteristics of being kind, good in cooking, and caring.
What factor is more influential to a man's and woman's attraction to another person?
These are the factors that determine sexual attraction. So the factors that influence more is physical attraction. Physical attraction is a desire to be around others, to be physically cared for and treated with love and affection. And that's all for the discussion about attraction. So let us proceed to the expected of girls and boys in the following institutions. So first is school. What is school for?
A school is an educational institution designed to provide learning spaces and learning environments for the teaching of students under the direction of teachers. Boys and girls act differently at school. They tend to handle for different subject combinations and courses of study. In addition, boys tend to lag behind girls in terms of achievement. They tolerate behavior in boys that is not tolerated in girls, and tend to provide boys with more criticism and praise. Differences in the extra attention given to boys are due in part to the fact that boys simply tend to demand more attention, while girls tend to be quieter and more reticent. In general, more areas of girls' brains, including the cerebral cortex responsible for memory, attention, thought, and language, are dedicated to verbal functions.
Next is in household.
What is household? A household consists of two or more persons who live in the same dwelling. It may be of a single family or another type of person group. The household is the basic unit of analysis in many social, microeconomic, and government models, and is important to economics and inheritance. Mostly women are very attached in doing household chores while men are finding job in order to sustain and provide the daily needs of the family. Women will take care of the children, cook, and clean the home, while men take care of finances, work on the car, and do home repairs.
And lastly, in church.
What is church? Church is a building for public worship, and especially Christian worship. Men and women tend to go to church to worship God, asking for forgiveness of sins and thanksgiving of the blessings received. Mostly men, especially young people, were not serious in going to church. Younger males can't focus on attending worship, prone to distractions and bothering. In short, they can easily bothered about something they would have seen improper. While women, even young women, can focus on their worship although they notice something improper. A church is so much more than simply a venue for a wedding. A church wedding will add a spiritual dimension to your marriage. The ceremony includes God and looks to Him for help and guidance. God's blessing is the main attraction for many couples, whatever their beliefs. Christenings are religious services held in Christian churches and conducted by priests or vicars. A christening is a religious ceremony that welcomes someone into the Christian church by baptism. Baptism involves water being sprinkled or poured over the baby's head. Like most religious funerals, a Christian funeral service is tailored to the person who has died. The service is usually carried out at a church, crematorium, or cemetery and will include prayers, a sermon, readings, hymns, and sometimes music or poems. The Roman Catholic Church views confirmation as a sacrament instituted by Jesus Christ. It confers the gifts of the Holy Spirit: wisdom, understanding, knowledge, counsel, fortitude, piety, and fear of the Lord upon the recipient, who must be a baptized person at least 7 years old. How does your society or culture teach you to think, feel, and act based on your gender? Society. A society is a group of individuals involved in persistent social interaction, or a large social group sharing the same spatial or social territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant cultural expectations.
Society is structured relations and institutions among a large community of people which cannot be reduced to a simple collection or aggregation of individuals. What is culture? Culture is how society lives. Culture includes education, laws, celebration, food, religion, habits, and customs.
Culture is an umbrella term which encompasses the social behavior, institutions, and norms found in human societies, as well as the knowledge, belief, arts, laws, customs, capabilities, and habits of the individuals in these groups. Culture is often originated from or attributed to a specific region.
There are a lot of things existing in culture, including language, medical cure, religion, child-rearing methods, food, footwork, celebrations, jokes, manners, clothes and dressing, and working schedules. There are some definitions of culture. Culture refers to the cumulative deposit of knowledge, experience, beliefs, values, attitudes, meanings, hierarchies, religion, notions of time, rules, spatial relations, concept of the universe, and the martial objects and positions acquired by a group of people in the course of generation through individual and group striving. Culture is the systems of knowledge shared by a relatively large group of people. Culture is communication. Communication is culture. Culture in its broadest sense of cultivated behavior, that is the totality of a person's learned, accumulated experience which is socially transmitted, or more briefly, behavior through social learning. A culture is a way of life of a group of people, the behaviors, beliefs, values, and the symbols they accept, generally without thinking about them, and that are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. Culture is a symbolic communication. Some of its symbols include a group's skills, knowledge, attitudes, values, and motives. The meaning of the symbols are learned deliberately, perpetuated in the society through its institutions.
In today's generation, I can say there is what we call gender equality. Men and women have the equal power and equal opportunities for financial independence, education, and personal development. Gender equality, also known as sexual equality or equality of sexes, is the state of equal ease of access to resources and opportunities regardless of gender, including economic participation and decision-making. NTG state of valuing different behaviors, aspirations, and needs equally.